So let's talk about some Xbox news. We do have some to start the year, and that's the first top story, I think, is Scalebound being pushed to 2017, therefore making it possibly the earliest IGN First we've done yet. This was our,
good job,
our
everybody.
IGN First cover story game for August 2015.
Ooh.
And we'll see. The game's 2017. They just gave the usual, we wanted to make it the best thing we can make it thing, which I'm 100% for.
I think this was expected. I mean, I certainly expected it.
There's already like way too many exclusives and interesting, cool third-party games that are.
they got
out
it.
the
And
year.
they got the announcement out there early. It's clearly very intentional if they're like a year ahead of time.
Yes.
But like even when they showed it at Gamescom, I was like, it looks really cool, it looks awesome, but it definitely didn't run all that well. And like it's probably just a lot of optimization going into that game.
So my thing is, the reason I agree that this makes sense, because you got to look. I'm going to talk about this in a second, but Microsoft has a massive pile of first-party exclusives this year, and they've in trying to, you want to slot them all intelligently so they're not stepping on each other. So you got to figure they've probably learned their lesson about releasing AAA new IPs in the fourth quarter. Sunset Overdrive, amazing game, seemingly didn't do that great. We've seen it over the years, time and again. Because I think the fourth quarter, that's the franchise time. You leave that for franchise time.
Gears and
because it's basically
Forzas
like
and
people just want to buy stuff that they're
That
sure
they know.
about, and
Yeah.
then when there's nothing else coming out, they're like, I'll give that other thing a shot. Okay.
Therefore,
Interesting.
I think that basically rules out Scalebound for the fourth quarter. Therefore, Microsoft had to go to Platinum and go, okay, well, can we get this out in August? Will you guys be ready? And they must have said nope. So then, therefore, okay, 2017 it is.
that'll be like a real cool February game, like
Well,
everything else is this year.
I agree. Yeah, I think Scalebound being new and different. It's an action RPG with dragons. I mean, it looks awesome. It does seem like the perfect kind of January, February get that first mover advantage, right? When people are first looking for something after the new year, right?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, you kind of laid out like.
Everybody just silently agrees.
I mean,
Indeed, yes.
When you're right, you're right.
Well,
We've seen that happen before, right?
Steve,
like,
you can stay. I like you.
See it, Destin.
like wasn't Last of Us and like Mass Effect 3, like those are both May releases, right? Or like
Mass Effect 2 came out in January.
There you
remember?
go.
And
Yeah.
Mass Effect 3 was March.
Oh yeah, because I played through that
just
like
Q1 though.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
before E3.
yeah.
So I mean, it's not as if a big game can't succeed in that time period, especially because, like you said, there's less big games to compete with it then.
Yeah, but also, I mean, this year Bloodborne came out in February.
Right.
Correct.
And that similar is
That's
kind
a
of like,
Game of the
okay,
Year
this
nominee.
Is
Yeah.
this is a chance to put this in front of people when they're looking for something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so I went deeper into this.
But that is interesting because like Uncharted 4 is coming out
April.
April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a lot earlier too. They
Right,
delayed
right.
it twice.
Right, it was going to be fall of this past
Yeah.
year, and then it was March, and then now it's April.
Check out this cool PlayStation podcast I'm on. Sorry. Anyway, you were saying.
First, we're just running the full spectrum for this to start the year. First, Nintendo voice chat. And
We're
then,
actually we're just gonna
beyond.
roll this straight into Overclocked at 2:30. We're not gonna stop recording.
Oh man, but I took my best shot. Steve, tell me what you think.
Yeah.
And everybody else, tell me what you think. My best shot, I'm trying to logically schedule the first party games for
Yeah.
Xbox for this year. So Q1, we had Nathan Vella on the show. He told us at the time they weren't going to make 2015. I think first quarter, I'm not going to get so specific with months because that's almost impossible. But
I think March 23rd.
and then I'm just right on all of them. Like, whoa, what leaked internal
Our
memo did he
prophet.
get? No, I think first quarter below. I think it's going to happen. Nathan, you and Cappy are going to come through for us. Cuphead. It's just been a development for so long. I think maybe we finally see that in maybe March, and then we already know Microsoft has said March we'll get Killer Instinct Season 3. So that one's fairly locked in.
How do you define first party here? Because I'm thinking of like the game Adrift with a 1. Does that count? Or is that?
That's on PS4 also.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought of that as being an
PSVR.
Xbox One PC. So I guess what I'm saying is, are you counting Xbox One and PC titles, or just like Xbox One, Xbox One only?
First party, so
Okay.
Microsoft published.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, okay. So, but that wouldn't count. Sorry, Cuphead is an ID at Xbox
Well,
title,
yeah.
which means
but it's not
Sorry,
coming out.
just trying to figure out
Yeah.
if it was because Microsoft only publishes like a kind of small number of things,
Sure.
but they do have like
But
a
they do
fair
have a lot
number
of,
of like
like,
ID
games,
at Xbox.
games that are associated as only
Right.
as Xbox.
Xbox console exclusives.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
So second quarter, we already know we've got Quantum Break on April 6th. I'm stoked for that. I think we get Inside in the second quarter finally.
Good.
And Fable Legends, which quietly said, our beta's going to take a little longer. We'll see you in the spring. So I think that's finally when we'll see Fable Legends.
Not even convinced that game's real. It's been like
I've
3.5
played it a few
years.
times, but third quarter, which would be July, August, September. I think we could see Sea of Thieves then, although honestly, I kind of figured that's the best candidate to get delayed to 2017.
Yeah,
but
me
I
too.
so want it out.
Me too.
Forza Horizon 3, which is of course unannounced, but Forza has been going like clockwork for the last several years.
I still have a weird theory that they're going to do a third
franchise.
It
It
will
could
be
happen.
this year.
It could happen.
Fast and Furious.
Either way, it's Playground's year, unless, as you say, they bring in a third
Sure.
developer and give Turn 10 and Playground some more time on their stuff. And then I think Recore in Q3 as well could happen. And then fourth quarter, like I alluded to a minute ago, I think I'll even get a little more specific with this one. I think we go Halo Wars 2 Crackdown 3 in September, Halo Wars 2 in October, and Gears of War 4 in November. That's sequel time. That's franchise time.
Okay.
So that's how I'm laying it out. I'm sure one or two of those will get delayed out of the year entirely, and I'm sure I'll be completely wrong on the rest.